What is up, guys, and welcome back. Episode 3 of the Mindset Matter podcast. Your boy, Coach Star, here with another episode, another topic. And man, this topic just came to me out of nowhere. Um, and really, because I was just reflecting, just having that self reflection and life reflection. But before we jump into it, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If you haven't checked out the last 2 episodes, man, go check those out. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. If you have any other topics you would like for me to check out or discuss or, give my feedback on, just let me know in the comments below. But man, as you see by the title, what came to me, what just hit me is God always delivers on his promises. And like I said, this was something that just came to me just with some self-reflection and life reflection. And you probably been in that position where one, like the position you're in right now was just a thought at first. You thought it could happen, you worked to make it happen, and God delivered on your behalf, and that's what I was thinking. Like, I really reflect on the position that I'm in right now, and I was like, man, one day this was a thought, and one day I honestly thought this was impossible. So just imagine just waiting and trusting God through the midst of everything. I know most times when you're young, you just want that success and you want certain things to come to you while you're young. And I learned at an early age that, man, you got to really be prepared and matured for certain positions in life. It's not just granted to you just because you're young. Experience is the best teacher. It really is, man. And like I said, just thinking how God delivered on his promises despite the situation, despite the trial that you're facing, or even like I mentioned, being trusting the process, being within the process of certain situations, and just waiting and trusting God to just deliver on your behalf. And that's what that is, man. And I just know for a fact that God delivered on my behalf just because I see where I am now and I see myself getting better. I see myself realizing how to handle certain situations, and it's like, man, I'm more prepared now than I was before. Cause like I said, sometimes we want certain things early, and God ahead of time, like, no, they just wait. I'm preparing you. I'm just preparing you so you can be ready. That certain situation that you're dealing with, I know it's heavy right now, but trust me, later on, you're going to be able to lift that later, and sometimes we don't see it that way because in the midst, it's tiring, man. Certain things can be tiring. Certain things can be discouraging. And in the midst of it all, we still just got to know that God is there watching us. It brings me back to in the Bible when God sent his disciples, told them to cross over to the other side while he went to the mountain and prayed. And, from afar, they couldn't see him. But one great thing is that he could see them. They couldn't see him, but he can see them, and that's all that matters in our situations. And the great thing about it is, like, even if we can't see God, we know he's there. Like, we just have to trust and know that he's there working on our behalf, man. And like I said, that's easier said than done, depending on the situation for you. That's always easier said than done. But that's where faith comes in. Faith comes in knowing, like, God, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know how you're going to make this happen, but I trust that you're going to make this out. I trust that you're going to work on my behalf to make this happen, and that's a tough thing to do because sometimes some of our situations are tougher than others. If we're being real, some situations it is like, and not to compare with other people, but some situations like, dang, this really almost beat me up, God. This one told me up for a minute here, just because it's like, I seen people tell me, or I seen what certain people go through. I hear what certain people tell me that they went through. It's like, hold up, Lord, this one a little heavier on me this time, and sometimes God's not only trying to change the situation, but he's trying to change you for that situation. And most time we want our situations to change, and God's really trying to grasp our attention because he need us to change. He want us to change within that certain situation to prepare us what he has for us, man. But like I said, this was something that just came to mind like out of nowhere. Just really grateful for where I am. Grateful for the position, for the knowledge, the wisdom that I have. And it was just one of those things where, like, if you're in a certain position that you've been praying for, you've been working for, like, sometimes you really don't, you of course you're grateful for it, but sometimes you really got to sit back, slow down, and really just reflect. Having that time of reflection, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference, because now that helps you even prepare for the next day. It helps you prepare for what's to come, and help you to just be thankful what you have now. Because sometimes greed can come in. We can get something, and sometimes we'll want more of something. So I think self-reflection is always good for the mind, to help you be grateful for where you are now, because really you can look back and thank God that you're not where you were. So just use that time to reflect, knowing that God delivered on his promise. It may not have came in the matter of time that you wanted it to, but it happened. It happened at the right time, at the perfect time, because God makes no mistakes. His timing is always perfect, man. And I have written here, God's timing is perfect, not ours. Sometimes it feels like God is silent or late, but scriptures remind us he moves in due season. It's your season right now. It's your season right now. It's your season right now. His promises come true when we're ready, not just when we want them. God promises are eternal and dependable, from providing peace and strength to fulfill specific covenant in the Bible. God's character doesn't change. If he said he will provide, heal, guide, or redeem, he will do it. Faith is required while waiting. Trusting that God would deliver even when circumstances look hopeless is an act of faith. Believers hold on to verses like, "For all the promises of God, find their yes in Him." So that's a powerful just right there, man. Faith is required while waiting, and we know faith without works is dead. So while you wait, keep putting in that work. Keep doing what you're doing, because trusting that God will deliver, even when the circumstances look hopeless, is an act of faith. It's an act of faith. So if you're stuck in a situation and it looks like there's no way out, I promise the solution is coming. The solution is coming to your problem. God promises are eternal and dependable. Like, people may let us down. Let's be honest. Sometimes we let ourselves down, but one thing you gotta know is God will never let you down. You can always depend on God. The thing is, we try to put timestamps on it, and it's like, I gotta trust his timing, because his timing is perfect. He's already ahead of time working on my behalf. I just gotta trust that what I'm going through and dealing with right now is just preparing me for what he has prepared for me. That door he has open for me ahead of me that I can't see. He's blocking things on my behalf, because sometimes we just worry about the blessing, but God is blocking certain attacks that's trying to come our way. He's blocking certain people that's trying to come our way. And I know we just worried about the blessing and the destination, but there's so many other obstacles that God is blocking on our behalf, that we just think about the blessing, because that's what we want. That's what we try to get. And God, like, dude, there somebody plotting and planning against you. There's this person that might try to. I'm protecting that too. I'm not just here to bless you. I'm trying to protect you. You gotta get that protection as well, man. But again, man, that was just so powerful to read. God's timing is perfect, not ours. Sometimes I feel like God is silent or late, but scripture reminds us he moves in due season. His promises come true when his promises come true when we're ready, not just when we want them. You got to be ready. We got to be ready. When it's all said and done, like I said, I'm in a position right now I don't even think I would be ready for years ago. I don't even believe it. No matter how good I thought, I was in basketball and all that, like, I really had to learn to be a coach. I had to learn to be a coach. Just because I was a good player doesn't automatically equal good coach. I had to learn to be a coach. I had to learn to be a player's coach at that. I had to learn how to develop kids, really focus on their skills, and like just help kids get to where they need to be. I had to learn that. It wasn't just because of my abilities. Of course, I still had my abilities, but I still had to learn how to maneuver and work with other abilities. So God gave me an even greater gift than my own skill. He gave me an even greater skill that I can now detect what's wrong with this person and help them fix what's wrong. So that's just how God works, man. But God's promises are eternal and dependable, from providing peace and strength to fulfill specific covenant in the Bible. God's character doesn't change. If he said he will provide, heal, and guide or redeem, he will, man. And that's what we got to always remember. What God did, even if he did it before, he will do it again. What he promises, it's going to come to pass. Whatever God has promised you, it's coming. It's on its way. If it haven't already came. And if you got it now, I'm telling you, he still got some more promises waiting, man. You just got to trust and believe and keep fighting the good fight of faith. Keep don't grow weary in doing good. Because sometimes we can look at certain people and it's like, how are they getting this with a certain lifestyle they live in? And I'm guilty of seeing that. I'm like, how in the world? How in the world are they getting these things? They're doing these things, getting these opportunities with the lifestyle that they're living. But God is no respecter of person. That's what I have to remember. Like, I'm glad God is still blessing those, even though their lifestyle may not add up to what it is. But God is just showing like he's no respecter of person. He will reign on the just as well as the unjust, man. But that's all I have. Hope y'all enjoy this. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think. Again, God always delivers on his promises. Y'all be blessed. Be the best to be you. I'm out.